Hello. What? This isn't Beyond Good and Evil, which has been promised. What's going on? Can you hear me? That's the first question, because we've had all kinds of goblins, gremlins, and goblins, and almost every possible mythological being one can think of today. So that's fun. Let me just pull up the chat nice and large so that I can engage with my viewing public. But yeah, it's been a real treat today. I'm actually going to have to get Ben to change the game that's written below the stream, because that's not what we're playing anymore. Good. That's what we like to see. Where's the chat? Oh, it's possibly the best stream I've ever done. Oh, it's been a bit of a nightmare. Okay, I can see the chat. Team TripleJump mod is working on it. Thank you. How's it going, Peter? Peter, can we talk about Brexit or Star Wars? No, I'm in a bad mood. I'm not ready for any of this. We're not doing it. Right. Okay. So, I see chat. Hello, everyone. New camera. It's not a new camera. It's the camera without the light on that we normally have on above the camera, because as well as general streaming issues with video and audio inputs and outputs and new technology, we've also just run out of plugs in here now. So now the light isn't on, but it's okay because I'll be down in the corner shortly, so it won't be as much of a big deal. But those of you who were looking for, or disappointed, I suppose, that we weren't going to be playing Crash Bandicoot 2, you're lucky, because now we are. Thank you very much, Randy Valentine, for the sub. That's all I need to cheer me up, is a bit of money. No, we're all good. Okay, so let's. What we should do is we'll start the game. How's the sound? It's not deafening, is it, this time? I had a quick test beforehand, although we were running late already, so I wanted to get straight into it, and it sounded okay to me. But you let me know. So, new game. So, it's been quite the afternoon, and indeed quite the morning. I started trying to put this together early this morning, and then it was going all really well. It was all set. I've got a PS2 hooked up to the PC, all ready to play my favourite game, the one that I never ever stop talking about. Oh my god, it's quite disturbing. Thank you, Bumbo. Thank you, Bumbo, very much for the very generous sub there. Should we skip this? I'll fill you in on the story. So, we've got a PS2 all hooked up. Sam from Cultaholic very kindly brought in his old childhood PS2 Mini, or whatever it's called, the little slimline one.
Pete's.
Hello.
Hope you're dealing okay with the stress of streaming, as I can see it's a bit mad. I was the guy on Twitter asking about Battlefront 2 and after all points. I got it and am loving it. Keep up the great work. Send my love to Ben and Billy.
Oh, always. I think Ben might still be watching at the moment. Ben's very kindly held things together for me, just about. I'm so unprepared. Look, I don't have Streamlabs up, so I can't. Oh, it's all coming in thick and fast. Unprofessional. Okay, there we go. Right, so. Yeah, it's all been a bit of a pavlova, as they say, which they don't. I do, but let's just all these subs coming in. Okay, goodness me. So essentially, it's just gone wrong. I don't know what's upset OBS so much, but it was just crashing and crashing and crashing. Hey Ben, come on in.
Oh, I thought you might want this.
Yeah, I do.
Just to calm you down.
God.
I've changed all the settings around for you, so it says crash now.
Thank you.
That's okay.
I'll refresh on my end so that I can see that.
Let's just make sure. Are we satisfied?
Peter's the big crash man.
Yes.
TripleWump number 4. Thank you very much.
There you go. I made my... Anyway, have fun.
Thanks. Thank you.
People have emotes now in the chat as well.
They do. Yeah.
Are they
Okay.
using them?
Right.
Are they using them?
Oh, are they using them? I've not seen any yet, but I have just refreshed, so I've lost the whole chat. It's all going brilliantly. Brilliantly. It's all going brilliantly. Right. Let's put Billy where he belongs. Somewhere here. Maybe there. How's that? Can we see him there? Yeah. That's good. Right. So, we were all ready to play it. There it is. I brought it in from home. Sam brought his PlayStation in. We got it all hooked up. We had to order a PS2 to HDMI converter thing so that it would work. And then it was working all morning. I came down to have a quick tweak. Careful now. And it tweaked itself right in the butthole. Oh no, there we go. We've just been absorbed by a magical teleporter. Crash is fetching a battery for Coco for her laptop. And as he's walking along, he suddenly ends up here. He's like, what? What's going on? And then, huh? Hello?
Well, well, well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I'd rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
Okay. Can we put subtitles on in this game? Probably not. No. But that's fine. Total Woods, in we go. So, how is everyone? Is everyone having a better day than me? Because I was so excited to play my favorite game. And it's just not happened. But these things happen or don't happen, as the case may be. There we go. I've got a nice big chat now. I can see what's being said because I don't wear my glasses, which I should do. I don't think I've ever worn them on video, which I don't mind wearing them, but I just don't. I don't like to bring them. I don't like to take them out of the house because I need them to watch TV at home. Got a sore head, but fine, says Demica. Having to use the library Wi-Fi because I've just moved house. Well, I appreciate, Mad March Hare, the effort that has gone into catching this stream. Oh no, RH Rose has dropped yogurt. Got a bit of trouser yogurt going on. Don't tell me I'm supposed to be working, says AJ Springer. Well, look, we're good. We're all here. Hello, can I? There we go. I'm not really having a bad day. I just don't like technology. Look at that, I didn't even touch the... Oh, there we go. Touch the ground. So, you know, the silver lining is we're playing Crash 2, which a lot of people did want me to do. And, oh, hello, Billy.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm sat playing Beyond Good and Evil on my PS2 right now to honor you. So at least one of us is getting that pig goodness.
That arguably makes me feel worse, but that's fine. I can cope. No! Oh! Hello! Hello! Hello, Nitros. Let's just go this way. Oh, there we go. The old skid jump. That's all you need. Don't let these... Oh no! Although I think it's possible. Yeah, if you do an old spin jump, which is a clever tactic that was unintended in the original version of Crash, but the developers left it in Reignited. Not Reignited. It's all going wrong. What's this game called? Insane Trilogy. Hell. So yeah. So in this game, remember we've played Crash 1, then we played Crash 3. Now we're playing Crash 2 again. In this game, you can't double jump, which is fine. We're legally allowed to say that word in context. But you can slide jump, which gives you a bit of extra height, and sometimes you fall off. But it's still not enough to. Oh, still not enough to make it to those platforms if the bird drops down before you get a chance to get there. But if you if you there we go, that's better. If you slide and jump and spin, you get a bit of extra height, which Naughty Dog didn't want you to have, didn't intend for you to have. I still don't know if this is this doable? Yeah, there we go. Like that. There. That's all good. Everything's going to be okay. So, we now... I hear that chat can use emotes. And they can, and they're doing it. There's me. The whole timeline is fact. Timeline of what? Oh, I see, because we're playing it in a weird order. Yeah. So those of you who've been watching the Crash streams over the past couple of weeks will know that I chose not to play Crash 2. This is my least favourite of the three. It's some people's most favourite, which slightly baffles me, but I don't know. And on the other hand, I can kind of see, to an extent, why people might like it better, but I don't know. I think, as I mentioned in our previous stream, I think the main reason I don't like Crash 2 as much, apart from the fact that it's just the last of the three that I ever played, and therefore that just inherently influences your opinions on things. It's that the sort of tile sets and the themes that are used on the levels, I think seem less diverse, and more they're reused more often than they were in any of the other games, or certainly from how it feels to me that they are. Like, it might not actually be the case. Someone might be able to just empirically prove that I am wrong in that instance, but yeah, it certainly feels that way to me. But it's okay. It's a good. Oh no, it's a good game. Oh, can we? Yeah, we might be able to. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I don't think we can get it. I might be able. There we go. Oh, okay. Supposed to bounce on the tortoise for that, but I don't know this game very well. I've only played it through a couple of times. Can I wonder if I can get out of here with a sliding jump. I can. Who needs those shrooms? Who needs them? So I'll be sure to stream a bit longer today, or past the usual end time, because we were very late to start. But hey, we're all here now. We're all having a good time. The final boss in this game is way too easy, says Darth Valmo. That's absolutely right. Yeah, that is one big issue. I think the jetpack levels are kind of overrated. Like, I get that on PS1 it will have been quite, like, you know, a bit of a spectacle to kind of be playing as a little orange Bandicoot flying around in a jetpack, but I don't know. I don't really feel it personally. Oh, Matt Fox, thank you for subscribing with Twitch Prime. Anyone who has... Oh, goodness me, it's under the cutscene now. Hello?
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. The crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake.
Thank you for the sub. Someone, who was that? Says that I need a little fill light. Your atmospheric lighting is far too sexy. Yeah, we do have a light normally. As I said, I was saying at the start of the stream. Oh, apparently Fortnite is installed. Okay, great. Let's play that, shall we? Pro gamer. I'll get Ben down here. We've run out of plugs, and I could have rearranged a load of plugs, but it was already like we're 15 minutes late for the stream. So I thought maybe just a slightly dark and sexy, shadowy Peter would be better than another 5 minutes lateness. So yes, thank you, Matt Fox, and to the other person, I'm not even going to attempt to read that. It can't be done. Some people have subscribed to us using Twitch Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free Twitch sub with that. We still get the money for it, but it doesn't cost you, it doesn't come out of your pocket to pay for that. So if you wish, and if you're not using it, you know, maybe you don't watch any other Twitch, and you can't afford to subscribe conventionally, but you happen to have an Amazon Prime subscription, then you're sitting on a free subscription there that, oh goodness me, I got stuck. So if you want, you could send it our way. But all forms of support, financial and just general kindness and sharing and things like that are appreciated. So we love you, whatever it is that you're doing to keep us going. This is quite a fun game though. Like, don't get me wrong, I absolutely do not dislike this game by any stretch. Thank you very much, Big Nick. Nick, I don't know how many of those letters, I don't know if it's Nick and then letters after it, or if some of those letters are also part of the Nick bit. There's a red gem up there, you can see just up to the top left, that used to be reachable with, again, some pro hack leet strats. Oops. No longer doable in this version of the game, I believe, although I'm sure some awesome 100% speedrunners will prove me wrong on that. Ooh. I got here, guessing Beyond Good and Evil did not work. says Chase. Chasery. I never know where these names start and end. It's a shame that you can't use spaces. Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil didn't work. It's okay. I'm working on it. I'll get it going eventually. One day. I can either just continually fiddle with the technology, which I was doing today. Yeah, okay, we're good. And hopefully I will eventually get it working in some kind of manner. But if not, something I could potentially do is stream it just from my home PC. That's not to say that the PCs in the office wouldn't be able to stream it, but it's just about having the right room for it. Like, the PC down here could probably cope with it, but equally there's not like a nice desk and stuff for me to play a PC game at. The only place there is a desk for me to play a PC game at is up in the main office with everyone, which would not be good for anyone involved. So yeah, potentially, if I'm that desperate to play it, I could play the Steam version, which I own as well, at Casa Austin. So, Darth Armor, Peter, are you looking to Beyond Good and Evil, and what are thoughts on it being a prequel? I imagine that means, are you looking forward to Beyond Good and Evil 2? Yeah, I am. I was at Ben's place watching E3 when it was first announced. That was what, like 2016, I think it was now? I'm trying to think. It was a couple of years ago. And maybe 2017. Yeah, it was 2017. And when it first... Oh, we don't need any of this. Right, so I'll tell you the story shortly about the narrative of the game. But yeah, I watched the announcement of Beyond Good and Evil 2 at Ben's place, and he does recall, that at first we didn't know what the game was, because although there's a Pigman, that doesn't necessarily rule out other franchises. And I think I kind of thought, oh, this could be Beyond Good and Evil. It was coming from Ubisoft, but equally it had been teased so often that I was sort of not allowing myself to get my hopes up. Anyway, it eventually became apparent only towards the very end. So this is the thing. Right at the end, when it plays the theme tune, and the mothership rises into the sky, and then it says Beyond Good and Evil, that was only the moment I was like, it was truly confirmed for me. And my response when I realised, oh, it is Beyond Good and Evil 2, was actually a little bit like, what the hell is this? This is like, I don't like this. And the reason I was saying I don't like this is for the very fact that I couldn't even tell it was Beyond Good and Evil at first. It kind of made me think like, well, this seems like such a deviation from the original. Now, at the time, we didn't necessarily know it was a prequel, so, going under the assumption that it was a sequel, it was like, okay, who's this new weird version of Jade who suddenly has an accent now and looks kind of different? All these other people around her are completely different characters we've never met before. Everyone's swearing. Everything was just so different to the original version of the game that I was really mad. It was like, oh, this is not what we've been waiting for. Anyway, then the more I looked into it, I realized, okay, it's a prequel. We're going to be exploring like the origins of all these characters and like story plot pieces that I love so much. And also, it doesn't bother me really that they were like effing and blinding so much. It was just that it just didn't feel like Beyond Good and Evil initially. But I think, even like the swearing and the potentially it's going to be a bit more adult this time, slightly less sort of family appeal. That's fine with me. Like I'm always saying, when like I think this Mandalorian TV show that Disney are making is going to be rated M, possibly. That might not be true actually, but like I'm sure there's been something recently where it was like, or it's from a franchise that's rated like normally for families, and they were like, oh, we're bringing out this spin-off thing that's rated M. And I always think that's kind of interesting because it's like, okay, you can see like what they can do when they're allowed to go a bit wild. I think I kind of thought the same thing with the trailer that came out the other day for Hellboy, because although it's not part of the large superhero cinematic universes that we've been watching over the past decade, it still feels like it's cut from that kind of cloth. Just in terms of it being a humorous action superhero film, but that seems like kind of violent and gory and stuff, and I can get by without that kind of thing, but again, it's just fun to see like where people take these things when they open themselves up to that kind of thing. So yeah, that's my very long and rambling opinion on the announcement of Beyond Good and Evil 2. I feel like I'm fine with it being a prequel. I think if they made it a sequel, they wouldn't have... Thank you very much, Cripple Complex, for the subscription. I think they wouldn't have sold as many as they might, because people, certainly a lot of people I know, wouldn't want to play the second in a series if they've never played the first, and a lot of people haven't played the first. Thank you, the very hungry caterpillar, for subscribing. All these subscriptions, it's so nice of you all. So apologies, that really went into a long, rambling, and probably not particularly interesting breakdown of my experience on the announcement of Beyond Good and Evil. But that's an answer to your question, at least. It's what you wanted. Careful what you ask me. It might just turn into a desperate, wild-eyed trance. Okay, gang, I need some help. The clue is permission to proceed. 3 and 5 letters. Do you have any letters in there? Springer? AJ Springer? 3 and 5 letters. Permission to proceed. If it was 5 and 5 letters, I would say green light. But oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Who can help out? All clear. Yeah, that's it. Definitely. Probably. And Barlam's got it. Thanks, chat. Oops. Got a life back there. Well done, everyone. It might not be all clear, but who knows. Thuntov. Beyond Good and Evil 2. The new topic to trigger a rant. Yeah. I won't deny it. So, let me see if I can... pull up Streamlabs. Donations. There we go. Oh, it's not logged in. Why is it not logged in? Log into Twitch. Oh, okay. It knows the password. Okay, that's good. Profesh. Okay, I've got it. I pulled it up. Sorry, everyone. I didn't have Streamlabs open, so I can't see the donations coming through. Well, like, they briefly flash up on screen. Oh, there we go. That's how you clear it. But it's always good just to have Streamlabs open so you can look back at what's been said in case I missed anything. In fact, let me just check if I did miss anything. Thanks, everyone, for watching, for sticking with me through this slightly mad, desperate, MacGyvered crash stream that I've pulled together at the very last minute. We've had some tasty euros from Join the Boy. When was that? Was that today? Oh no, that was the end of the last stream. Okay, good to know. Okay, yeah, we're up to date. We're up to date. Excellent. Oh. What a wild ride. Professional streamer, Peter Austin, says Lord Broxby. Oh, we got some bits. You are smoosh.
Finally catch a live stream.
Well, thanks for coming. I'm sorry it had to be this one. No, that's it. We'll stop with the self-deprecation now. There's no need to be sad. There's no need for me to be angry anymore. Here we are, streaming like we do every Monday, playing some Crash Bandicoot. What could be better? I don't need to complain. I'll just sort out Beyond Good and Evil for another time. Like I said last week. We're good. No, it's really nice to... I tell you, I was saying to my girlfriend the other day, it's really nice for me to... my Monday, traditionally the worst working day of the working week. My Monday is like, come into the office for 9 o'clock. Came in late today because I had some time to take back because I did some late evenings. I don't take it all back, but I did on this occasion, just have an hour back. And you know, just come in, do probably a stupid Photoshop where I put my face on a Crash Bandicoot character, and then there we go, crystal, and then like do a little bit of editing for a couple of hours into the early afternoon and eat some nice lunch, and then just come and play a video game. You know, people say to people in my line of work, say to me and Ben and the guys at What Culture we used to work with, and you know, anyone who makes YouTube videos like this, 3, 4, 5, it's like, oh, you get paid to play games, you have it easy. And you know, like, if you sorry, it's very hard to talk and count in my head at the same time. Okay, and the truth of the matter is, it's not that easy. You know, a lot of the time is spent messing around with technology, for one thing, doing a lot of editing and rendering and uploading, making thumbnails and photoshops and things like that. Tend to do a lot of late nights. You know, a lot of people just clock off at 5 from their office job and go home and just enjoy themselves. But you know, if our video isn't done, or if it's not going to be done in time, we have to put some extra hours in. But on a Monday, I literally do just get to play games for my job for 2 hours, which is really nice. You know, of all the days it's going to be, a Monday is a nice day for it. So it's nice to be here playing Crash with such a lovely audience. Not sure I would have believed it really if I told myself that I'd be this bad at Crash. Not sure I would have believed it if I told myself, my younger self, even maybe just a couple of years ago, that like, oh yeah, you're going to be streaming Crash every Monday for, you know, as of oh god. As of 2019. It's just a nice way to... What a way to make a living! So... It's just a very stressful game to stream. That's all. It's hard to keep... I don't know why I'm dropping down that cliff every time. Oh, Carrie says the thought of these streams gets me through my shifts at work. V Trudel says gas Peter mentioned name redacted. Yeah, we're happy to talk about our friends at What Culture. I work for myself as an oil painter, says Chrome Elk. Wow. And a lot of people think, yeah, grand, just crap out, another picture, but like you said, it doesn't stop at 6 PM, and there's always a few late nights. I can imagine being an oil painter, man. What kind of paintings do you do? Oh, I don't know why I'm doing it right. Let's just clear the gap. That's what we'll do. Let's just clear the gap. So we've got a boost, and then a boost, and then a little hop, and then... See, now I'm almost overshooting into the next pit. There's no happy medium. Right. Whew, I made it. And we got the gem. Happy days. Grimmark, sorry about the language there. I paint realism but base it on Irish folklore. Oh, that's awesome. What about the there. Nice. No, you put whatever language you want. Well, no, don't put whatever language you want in the chat. That was a terrible thing to suggest. But you know, I just can't read it out, that's all. Let's all just be respectful. But yeah. We're good. The S word is fine. It's just for when this gets uploaded to YouTube as a VOD that we don't want those words being picked up by robots. Dave Ravington, or possibly Ravington, I'm guessing, is very kindly saying, this part is kind of hard. I don't deserve your pity. Oh! Not paying attention. So this is a super kind of auto-scrolly level. You just need to know the places where you stand. And I don't know if I do know them yet. But yeah, I think we'll work it out. So now's a good time to catch up on the narrative, the very complicated narrative, the almost Kingdom Hearts-like narrative of Crash Bandicoot 2. It's a real trickster one. So Neo Cortex falls off his Zeppelin from the ending of Crash 1, which you may remember. He lands in a cave and he sees some crystals in there, and he goes, ah, crystals, of course. And then like a year later or something, he's built a satellite up in space that is basically just a giant golden eye laser or something. And in order to like focus the laser, I think it's a laser, it's some kind of world domination weapon. Oh, thanks for the bits. Thank you very much.
I watch all the streams on YouTube, but decided to jump on to give you guys my leftover bits. Hopefully TripleJump is third time's a charm. You and Ben, keep up the good work.
Thank you, M. Boyd. Yeah, Neo Cortex needs some crystals to focus the laser. So he's realised, oh, actually, I don't have any minions left on planet Earth to fetch the crystals for me. So he decides to trick Crash into doing it. So he's telling Crash, hey, you need to collect crystals for me because otherwise... I don't really know. I think he says there's like some kind of, maybe a meteor heading for Earth or something, or like there's some kind of apocalypse on the way, and if Crash doesn't help, then he won't be able to finish it. But...
I see that Ripperoo failed to prove much of a challenge yet again. But back to business. There are crystals to be gathered, 20 to be exact. The planets will align shortly, all 13 of them, and this will create a power great enough to rip the Earth apart. Properly utilized, however, the crystals can absorb and contain the energy.
there you go. Skip. So the planets are going to align, all 13 of them, and that alignment is going to rip the Earth apart or something. But Cortex is saying, oh, don't worry, I'll save you, I'll fix it. You might wonder what the deal is with the bosses and with the like robotic tortoises and things that we're facing. It's like, well, if Cortex wants us to gather the crystals, why is he hampering us? Well, those little robot thingies and bosses and things don't work for Cortex. They're now working for Nitrous Brio, who was Cortex's second in command in Crash 1. He is now telling us to stop gathering the crystals. I don't think he, for some reason, I don't think he says, oh, because Cortex is trying to trick you and you need to stop. I think he just says, don't do it. It would have just helped, really, if he'd said, oh, by the way. I think he does later on, or Coco finds out, or someone. At which point Crash decides to collect the crystals for himself, so the Cortex can't have them. But yeah, that's it. That's the story. Gathering crystals. Kremelk is talking about the oil paintings. Like to reinterpret the characters from Irish folklore. The leprechaun and the puka. Nobody really believes in them anymore, so I had to sort of dossing around them. Oh, nice! They're dossing around on the doll. Love it. I was watching a show the other day about that guy who killed his wife in Ireland in like a surprisingly late year. It was like the end of the 19th century, I think. It was like 1895 or something. And a guy killed his wife because he thought she was a fairy changeling. So they lived in this house that was close to what the Irish call a fairy fort, which is actually typically It's like a Neolithic hill fort. Sometimes later, sometimes they're medieval and stuff. But basically, it's a hill, a man-made hill that, you know, before archaeology was as it is now, local people in Ireland and other countries didn't understand what these hills were and thought, oh, that must be where the fairies live. It's like a hollow hill. And so this couple lived near an Irish fairy fort, and the woman actually used to go and visit it sometimes, which you weren't really supposed to do. You're supposed to steer well clear. And apparently one night she went to visit it, or she's thought to have gone to visit it, and then when she came home, she was unwell. She had like a fever and stuff, and her husband reckoned that she was 2 inches taller as well, and he became completely convinced, like sincerely, that she had been replaced by a fairy changeling, and that she'd been taken into the hill fort, and they'd put a changeling in her place so that no one would miss her. And he ended up like trying to get the changeling to admit that it was a fake, like a doppelganger. And so he was like holding her over the fire. This all the time while she's really ill as well. So she's already unwell because she's just contracted disease like you did in 1895 and in 2019. And on top of that, he's now holding her over the fire. He's probably threatening her and stuff, saying, I'm going to kill you if you don't bring my wife back. And it's not only him as well. It's like the family and the locals and stuff are getting involved, saying like, oh yeah, we need to get her back. We need to kill this changeling, or like we need to scare it into releasing the wife. Anyway, in the end, they were holding her over the fire. They said like, in the name of God, are you whatever her name was, Mary something or whatever it was? And she said, I am. I really am. And because they'd asked her in the name of God, they believed her. And they were like, oh, okay, right, we're good. But then a couple of days later, when she was on the mend as well from her illness, her husband asked her to eat something that he'd made for her, like some bread or something, and she said she didn't want to. And this just sort of set him off again. He was like, well, my wife would eat if I told her, like, I've made this for you. She would, and she was like, no, I don't feel well, I don't want to eat it. And he ended up just like, what did he do? Oh, he took her to the fire again. He like held her down on the ground. He grabbed an oil lamp, poured oil over her face, and her head ignited, and she burned to death. And he was convicted not of murder but of manslaughter because he believed, and as many Irish people still did in the countryside, that this is a genuine phenomenon. So, you know, crazy. What a nice uplifting story. Yeah, I think you needed that crystal. Oh no, I missed the crystal. I'm talking too much about fairy changelings. I'm so sorry, everybody. That's fine. Crystal. As if I missed it. Well, there you go. That was a little bit of Wikipedia for you there. I don't think I need to go for the box, do I? Because I think there's like a route. Yeah, we won't go for the boxes. We'll just blitz our way through here. Yeah, it was on Amazon Lore. I've seen it on there as well, but this was actually a different show I was watching the other day. But yeah, those of you who listen to Lore podcast, you might be unaware that there is an Amazon an Amazon version of the show, like a TV show style thing. There were only when I watched it, like maybe 6 months ago, there were only so many episodes. I don't know if it's been like commissioned for more yet, but they basically just recreate interesting stories from where kind of folklore meets a real life, often a crime, or like a mystery or a disappearance or something. Oops, okay, couldn't make it. And it's really well produced, I think. But yeah, that was no, that was on Amazon Law. But I watched it on a different show. Law was fantastic on Prime. The cast they got was insane. The podcast is great. The Amazon show is good too. Yeah, I don't know. I'd like them to make some more of those. Oh my god! I tell you what, that episode of Law. Skidding on ice in this game is the fastest form of movement, and you accelerate from 0 to about 100 miles an hour in the space of about a meter. There we go. Just a normal, gentle slide. That's all you need. Don't need to be doing any skidding. I tell you what, though, I think it was the Law show or something like it. Yeah, it was. I'm sure it was the Law show. They did one about like this living doll that wasn't a living doll or like a haunted doll, but it kind of was, and it was really creepy. It was about this like boy who I think probably didn't have a very nice childhood, and he had this doll that he became like overly attached to. I'm slightly worried I'm going to miss the crystal again. It's down here, right? Well, I'm not past it, am I? Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay, we're good. And they do this episode where they just tell the story of this boy and his creepy doll. I was home alone when I watched that one, and normally I don't mind spooky stuff. I hate jump scares. Jump scares are the worst thing. They're so cheap. I hate them so much. But like, if something's just creepy, I find it just interesting, and like, you know, it's a little bit like, ooh, this is a bit, ooh, oh no, I don't like it. But I kind of like it. I find it enjoyable to watch. But this doll thing, for some reason, like terrified me. There was a bit where like the mother of the boy was home alone with the doll, and they didn't even show the doll on screen, but you could hear like it running around, like its footsteps or something. Oh, it was just, I hated it so much, and I might never watch that again, just for my own peace of mind, because because all the other episodes were great, really enjoyed them, but just the thought of watching that again, a bit scary. Really good though. They should. I really want them to do more episodes. Robert the Doll. Yeah, that's it. Oh no! Should we do the? Nah, we're good. You can, if you, those boxes are just broken, you can jump from here and bounce across them, and if you hit this platform, you get teleported to a secret area, but let's not worry about that. Because if I can't even get a crystal that's right in front of me, what hope do I have? Oh. Checkpoint, there we go. That really confused me because the hippo sound effect is the same walrus sound effect that we use for subscriptions. That was really weird. Okay. The second season wasn't as good. The narrator they had, Aaron Mankey, the guy who does the podcast, wasn't in season 2, so it makes it feel a bit worse. I don't know if I've seen the second series. Maybe I have. I don't know. I'll have to check, because I really want to see more, if there is more to be seen. But don't know. There's something about Aaron Mankey's voice where, like, I don't know. I actually think I think it takes some getting used to. Like, I think once you're used to it, I think it works really well. Oh, I was going back for just some fruit. That was really pointless. I think once you get used to his voice, it's good. But I think the first time you hear him, I don't know, I find it a bit kind of staccato. Like, he kind of, there's weird pauses in it, and slightly strange inflections. But then I find that it actually works really well when he's telling a creepy story. It's just a little bit like, it just adds a slightly extra bit of, I don't know, unnerving kind of unearthliness to it. It works really well. I'm not saying that I don't like it, but it's just, at first I didn't, and then I realised, hang on, this is kind of good. This works weirdly well. Mankey's voice definitely takes getting used to. The first couple of episodes I was a bit put off. He didn't put much emphasis on the correct things. But yeah, exactly. It makes it feel creepier, for sure. It works in the context. Okay. Look, this is a crystal, everyone. I'm gonna get it. I got it. Oh! Oh, we've got the death route. I'm fine. I'm good. I don't need... Oh! Okay, we'll just leave all this. Ugh. I don't need to be doing this, but I'm just showing off. Because I'm not going to be able to get the gem at the end because I've not gone for all the crates, but it's just fun sometimes to do things like that. Oh! There we go, we timed it right. Oh, the second season starts with Burke and Hare. No, I've not seen the Burke and Hare one. I'm aware of them. Oh, I'll have to watch that. Thanks for the heads up. Oh no. Everyone in chat super impressed that I got my crystal. Tiny man, big shot. I'm not even looking at the game, just reading just reading all the high praise I'm getting about how good I am at this game. So something else worth pointing out, as well as the fact that in general you're watching the Team TripleJump podcast right now, TripleJump, twitch.tv/Team TripleJump, is that is that we if you want to join the TripleJump team in a professional capacity, we currently have an opening on the website for a video editor. So that's something that some people are yet to notice, because all we've done is mention it in a podcast. We've not actually tweet. I keep meaning to tweet about it. I don't know why I haven't, but there's some info for you. If you head to triplejU.mp, triplej.mp, there is a careers tab, I think at the bottom rather than at the top, and you can... Oh no! I think we can go for the gem in this, so let's have a go. You can apply there. There's a little package of our visual assets and a short bit of a voiceover for you to have a go at editing. You know, the competition is probably stiff, so I in the nicest possible way, I would suggest that you only go for it if you know what you're doing with video editing. You know, that's just polite advice, because we've got you know, it's the kind of thing where people will be applying who have probably been doing it for a long time. But as long as people have enough of a knack for it, you know, that's enough to very much garner our interest. And you know, we're not expecting anyone, in the same way with the writing post that is on there. There's not an expectation that someone's going to come fully formed. It's the same like me and Ben when we worked at What Culture. We that was the first, or it's certainly in my case, it was the first professional video editing job that I'd done, and I learned a lot when I was there in my first 6 months from Sam. Don't know if that was Ben's first video role. I think it might have been. I know it wasn't his first role doing video game journalism-y kind of things. Whether it was his first paid job doing video, no, I don't think it was actually. No, it wasn't. I think he did some stuff for Push Square. But yeah, certainly in my case. Oh, screw that. But Gary says, I don't know what I'm doing, so I won't apply. Cheers for the advice. I don't know. I sort of hesitated before I said that because it sounded a bit of a mean thing to say to who I'm sure, people who are probably very enthusiastic and keen to contribute towards the Triple Jump fun stuff. But I'm just saying, I don't want people to pour their heart and soul into it if they secretly would admit to themselves, actually, I don't really have any idea what I'm doing, and I'm just hoping that, I just don't want people to be disappointed if they want it bad, but know that they probably have never edited a video before and would not know how to do it properly. Just, that's all I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to be mean, a big meanie pants. Oh. Right, so far, I think we're on for the gem. I'm still in the microwave. Oh, we made it. We made it. Okay, we've got to hit the nitro. We've got 33 out of 45. 45 boxes. Again, this is a non 100% run, but for some reason I just sometimes go for the gem. Why? Nobody knows. People asking when we'll hear about the writing job. That I, in all honesty, cannot tell you. It's not really. I'm not handling that. I am handling largely the video editing role. Applications come straight through to my TripleJump account email. So I'd be lying if I gave you an answer. So I won't do. But I mean. Everything that's been sent has been looked at. Unless you've had an email did not send notification back in your inbox from your own email supplier, you can rest assured that we have received it and we have looked at it and we're considering them all. And hopefully everyone will hear back soon. But we wanted to leave it open for a while just to, get plenty of applications through, so we can compare and contrast, as they say. And likewise, we'll probably do the same. Ooh, dear me. Probably do the same for the video post as well.
Hey guys, I need your help remembering the name of this song, but unfortunately I can't remember the words either. Here, I'll hum it for you. Hum 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 boom cha hum 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 la 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 hum hum hum. Man, I love that song.
Yeah, me too. I love that song. We had a sub earlier that I didn't read out. That was from Kalo Clouds. Thank you so much, Kilo Clouds, for subscribing. I think with Twitch Prime. Was that? Yes. Lovely. If anyone knows that song, it would be really good if you can sort out someone's name who I didn't catch while it was on screen. Because, I think we'd all love to. That was from Turpa 13. Or is that 13 meant to be an I and an E, so it's like Turpri? Let me know. Oh, that's a tricky one. How does one do that jump? Bobby Moore, have I missed a lot of the stream? No, you've missed less than an hour of it because we didn't start till about nearly 20 past 3. You've not missed any Beyond Good and Evil because it's not working. So that's good. You've not missed much of that. Okay, Google, how does one do that jump? Yeah. I think I have to slide off the edge a little bit before I do the jump. So, yeah, like that. I guess I'm just using real life physics rather than cartoon world physics in my head. Have you tried doing a triple jump? think it was Despacito. Oh no! Oh! No! I'm gonna die. I died. Confirmed. Death. Death happened. There it is. My death. It's 8 AM here in California and I'm happy to be here. Well, blimey, thanks for getting up. Did you get up just for this? I bet it's your day off today. And you were like, no. Peter's playing Beyond Good and Evil. I'm going to set my alarm. Oh! Little jump there. Unnecessary jump. Everyone's effing. Why are you effing? Slightly delayed F. Is my chat delayed? Is the stream delayed? You're all effing wrong. Yeah, okay. Must be a bit of lag, bit of latency. Oh. No! Stop hitting the mines. No. Oh no. It's terrible. Shame. I really wanted to watch. Why am I reading the chat on a Boulder segment? No. I think that said I really wanted to watch Beyond Hood and Evil. I will look shortly. Oh, I could do with a. Oh, I've got a drink. Oh. Okay. Shame. Really wanted to watch Beyond Good and Evil. Never played or watched it. Yeah, I mean, I know this is this is why I'm trying so hard to get the game to work. Like, if it was another game, say it was even like Reignited, Spyro Reignited. Say that wasn't working. I might. Well, no, that's probably a lie because it's one of my, you know, Spyro is the other love of my life. But if it was Star Wars Battlefront, for example, if it wasn't working, I'd be like, okay, well, this just isn't working. I'm not going to kill myself like trying to get it working. But I feel like Beyond Good and Evil, so many people still haven't, despite the fact that it's been released on PS3, Steam, it's backwards compatible for Xbox One, I guess. Thank you, Irish Puddle, for the sub. You know, I feel like it's a game that still so many people have not seen, and yet it's genuinely one of my favourite games of all time. I think like it's objectively a very good game. It's not just like I like it for whatever reason. I think it looks reasonable for PS2 era. It looks as good as any other PS2 game. It doesn't look particularly special, but like it looks good. The narrative I think is really interesting. Some people are really disappointed by the ending. I don't know if I was. I think I was super intrigued and like wanted there to be a sequel, which explains why all the fans have been going mad for Ubisoft to make a sequel. But thank you, GavCon. I'll be going to GavCon. Oh, that's why you have such a head start there, because you need to break that belly flop crate there. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, it's a game that so many people haven't played, and yeah, I genuinely think it's objectively not one of the best games of all time. I won't say that because I don't think it is, but compared to how little love it's received, it's probably one of the most underappreciated games of all time. I think I would go that far and say that it's up there with one of the most underrated. I don't know. I'd be interested to see what people think, like in terms of other games that are super underrated, because maybe there are others that I can't think of off the top of my head. Let me know in chat, what's your most underrated game of all time? But yeah, it's a game that so many people haven't seen, and yet it's really good, and that's why I'm so keen to try and get it working and get it played, especially because the sequel's on the way. It's like as much as anything, I want to like help, like do what little I can do to just promote the series as a whole. Oh, I'm just running into this like an idiot. Because I want the sequel to do well. Like, the whole reason it's taken this long for us to get a sequel is that the first game didn't sell well, unjustly. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, stop it. Just look before you leap. Rory Siegel, I remember the final boss being impossible until you turn the pad 180 degrees. Yeah. I don't know, I've heard people say that before, that they physically had to turn their controller upside down, but I'm okay with, I can just like, I just tell myself, okay, I want to go towards him, and I walk towards him, which means I walk away from him. For those who don't know, and this isn't a big spoiler, in the final boss fight, there's a segment of it where your controls are reversed, because like the lead is like losing control of her mind, and so it makes it harder to control the character. And I've seen people say online that they had to like turn their controller upside down so that the directional buttons would work the right way again. For me, I just tell myself, okay, instead of trying to get away from him or whatever, oh no, you have to smack him. You do have to aim towards him. So I just tell myself in my head, okay, let's try and hit the opposite way to him, and that kind of just does it for me in my head. But yeah, I can see why people would need that. The original Rayman game is really great, beautiful music and graphics, though it's punishingly hard. Yeah, I played Rayman on PS1 recently, and it is tough. Especially if it's, I mean, that was the first time I played the original. And, you know, if you don't know where you're going, it's like, okay, this really is tough. Much like this room. Is this the one where you can, yeah, walk through the false door, see? Oh, we've got a green gem. That will turn into a platform at some point that we can ride and go to a secret area somewhere. So that'll be fun. Does anyone remember Blind the Time Sweeper on Xbox? No. No idea what that is. Blinks. I think I might own Blinks, but I've not played it yet. I went through a phase of buying loads of PS1 and PS2 games. Blinks is on PS2, isn't it? I'm sure I've got Blinks. And I think I played the first 5 minutes just to make sure the game was working, because it was obviously secondhand. You can't buy fresh copies of Blinks anymore. And I can't remember exactly what it entails. It's a 3D platformer, right? Blinks? I might be thinking of something else, but like 3D platformer. And I remember there being some kind of like USP, like an interesting mechanic. Like he's got, I don't know, what can he do? Has he got some kind of ability, like a, I don't know. I'll have to look that up and see what it is that I'm trying to remember in my own head. Talking of the PS2, it turns 19 today. Happy birthday, PS2. Xbox exclusive, people are saying. That's why I hesitated, because as I was saying it, I was like, where's my phone? I want to know this. Look up Blinks video game on Wikipedia. It doesn't know how to spell Blinks. B-L-I-N-X. Blinks the Time Sweeper. Oh yeah, no, I'm thinking of something else. That's my bad. Oh, I'm thinking of Vex, which was spelt with X's as well. two Vex with two X's. Or Vexed. Yeah, that's my bad. Vexed. Thank you. Thank you very much, Zico33, for the sub. How generous. Oh, where am I going, guys? Left or right? Which way to get all the crates? Probably the other way, because that looks like the way to the end. Ooh. Okay. Well. Okay. If I jump down here. Oh, it might be the. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back now. Because that looks like a point of no return. Left is just that one room. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Don't worry, I will not jump down a hole like that without clearing out what's behind me. Ooh! Okay, well, we won't have to. Oh yeah, see, if I just looked. Oh, hello. It's a ghost crystal. Good. Well, I no longer have an Xbox, so I sadly can't play Blinks, but I'll believe you that it's an underrated hit. Underrated gem, I should say. Vex was good too. I love mascotty platformers. Ty the Tiger, Cow the Kangaroo, Crash, Banjo, Yuka. Yeah, literally, that's why I picked up Vex, and I think that's why I thought I had Blinks, which looks to be a mascotty platformer thing. Because the kind of game I would own if it was on PS2, but evidently I don't because it's not. But yeah, Vex is what I'm thinking of, where I played it for a couple of minutes and seemed to have, as I recall, some kind of... Hello? Jesus Christ! Yeah, some kind of like movement mechanic or like some kind of special weapon or something that I thought, oh, that's different. I don't remember what it was, but I'll have to play it sometime. Were you talking about Mark of Cry on the last podcast, Peter? That's a fun game. I only played the demo. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. And someone tweeted me, actually. I don't know if I replied or liked it or anything in the end. And I should have done. I would have got... If I didn't, it's because I got distracted. But someone replied and said there was a sequel to it, which I had no idea existed. And the reason I didn't know it existed is because it's like... The naming convention is completely different. Like, the first game is called The Mark of Cry, and the second game is just called, like... something completely different, like Soul of the Temple God or whatever. Like, no indication that they are the same game or the same series. So I had no idea. Look at that! We got it all! Oh dear. Is this... Who's this?
10 of 25 crystals.
Yeah!
You're on your...
No, we're good. Thank you. Thank you, Neo. Is this a Coco... time machine? It is. Yeah, I do. I do want her to join my adventure. Here we go. Komodo Bros. Vex is the little X-Men's Wolverine. Really? Peeps, were you saying you don't have an Xbox or reading a comment? I think I have one lying around. If you really wanted one. I was saying that I don't own one. I wasn't reading a comment, but blimey, that's a very generous. It's a very kind offer, but no, please don't be so kind and generous as to send me your old consoles. Also, we don't have. We need to. People have been asking if they can send stuff to us. like friends for Billy and things like that. And at the moment, we've not set up anything to receive tat or gifts or any lovely things like that. So no, very kind of you to offer your Xbox to me, but I'm not sure how much playtime I'd get out of it, to be honest. If I did, I would certainly give Blinks a go. Yeah. I never really quite know how to react when people are like that. I don't know if I probably sound really ungrateful or underwhelmed or kind of fake in the way that I say, oh wow, thanks for offering me your Xbox. But it's actually because it's a little bit like, geez, like why are people so, why would someone do that? In a nice way, I mean. Like, why? Hello? Oh my god, just stop. Thank you. Yeah, like people are just so generous and kind, and we've got such a lovely audience, you know? Legacy of Kain games, yeah, they are great. I say they. I'd be lying if I said that I played any of the ones where you play as Kain. I've only played the Soul Reaver games! But love Soul Reaver. Oh. Just those pill-shaped hill boxes. Pill-shaped hill boxes. The pit-shaped hill boxes. Why am I... Right, let's just stop being silly now. Just jump on the platform like a normal person. You have to do a sliding spin jump to reach it. Just wait for it to arrive. Wait for it to... and then jump on it. Tamper, jump on it. Hello? Sorry. I'm going to walk out and come back in again. Hello. And welcome to... Oh, my headphones. There we go. TP the Pro Speedrunner. That's me. I don't know how that happened. I really don't. I keep thinking it's going to come a bit closer. I don't know why. There we go. Blimey, O'Reilly. Whew. Randy Valentine. Sorry, Peter. I'm going to have to leave after that. Yeah. I think everyone should leave. See, I'm not having any issues now. Do those hippos have flippers? I'll wait for it to presumably be back up again. I think they might do. Are they meant to be walruses? They're not. They're meant to be hippos. Surely. They are. But they've got flippers. I think. And they make the Billy Ray noise. There they go. Catherine asked if I need to talk to somebody. Possibly. This game hurt me in many places, including in the microwave. I made it, guys. I made it. Checkpoint. What a clusterfunk this stream has been. Having fun there, right? Are we having fun? Oh! Her head went inside a platform. Help! Coco, can you breathe? Why is that still active? Where? Oh, it's because it blew up after I'd stepped on the platform, and therefore it like comes back or something. I don't know. It's one of the best tracks in the game. The bonus stage on the water levels. Just play the game. Just play the game. It is there. This is... Oh, what? How long left till the end of the stream? An hour? No. I can't cope. Crash 2, man. What am I spinning apples away for now? Wumpers. Triple apple. What is happening? What? What is happening? Someone get Peter some Milka. I finished... Oh no, I haven't. I've got half a bar left. I opened the final Milka on the weekend. And I don't know what I'm going to do when I've run out. I have to go and buy... Thing is, you can't really buy it here, I don't think. That was the whole thing. Like, when I asked for people to send it, it's because you can't buy it in the UK, as far as I'm aware. Or, like, not... What am I doing? I've got into a bad... I'll tell you what it is. I'll tell you exactly what... I just did it then as well. I'll tell you what it is. I've got into a bad habit of every time I jump, I spin. Because I'm doing a spin jump because I'm a clever bar stool. Like that. I'm just doing it because you can. And it gains you an extra tiny little bit of height. But in doing that, it means that when I reach the edge, the next side of this platform, I've just finished a spin, and therefore I can't spin those boxes out of the way. And so it killed me like 7 times. Because I'm a smart ass. God. We made it. Right. So, Milka we were talking about. You probably can get it. I'm sure people are already correcting me in the chat that you probably can get it somewhere in the UK. Amazon sell it 6 kilograms for 500 gram bars. That's reasonable. Yeah. I bet if I offered Milka and that Xbox, you'd take it. No, thank you all. But I can't and won't, at the moment, accept any gifts. We don't have the infrastructure set up. If and when we start accepting things again, it will be via PO Box. But also, I don't know. The thing was, with Post Some Tat, that was perfect for the channel that we had then, like the vibe we were going for. We had our own room. We had, you know, it was a big office there with a lot of people, including people who were almost exclusively kind of receiving packages, signing for mail and stuff, and, you know, it was a very good environment and a very good channel to facilitate something like Post Some Tat. And in this, with TripleJump, it's less so. So if we were to, you know, at the moment we don't, in all honesty, like, we don't have plans to start accepting stuff again, and that's not because we're not grateful for all the incredible stuff we were sent, but it's because part and parcel of that is you get sent a lot of tat, like we asked for, but again, by no means we're not saying why did people send all this tat, but it's just, you know, we asked for this tat, we received all this tat, and that was fine in Bristol, but it would not be fine if it happened again here, is what I'm saying. Therefore, we're not yet handing out the address, and I don't know if and when we will. We might well do, but we also may never. We might have to compromise and kind of do a... I mean, again, I'm going completely off the cuff, off script here, without my co-partner present, and so nothing I say means anything. Let's just be very clear about that. But potentially we could do a thing where we release the address in case people do have anything they want to send us, but we might not have a Post Some Tat show in which we open it all. because I think that like kind of makes people want to send stuff because they want to be on the show, which is great. You know, again, I keep wanting to add in. This is all, you know, we enjoyed it. We have nothing bad to say about the fact that we did that show. It's just if we did it again now and we received roomfuls of stuff, it would be difficult. So, yeah. Can you slide those barrels? Is that what I'm doing wrong there? I'm trying to just slip through the. No, you can't. Okay, you do just have to. Oh, you can like spin the propeller on the front, can't you? I think you can sort of whack it. No. You have to just time it right, do you? Oh yeah, you can't slide those guys either, they got spikes. Yeah, people would abuse the system. Peter hated Post Some Tat and hates all of us. Confirmed. Yeah. Random Select says, I still have 2 hours left on the final episode. Yeah, exactly. Send your tattoo microwave up north, UK. R/could you take art though? Idiots had such a lovely art folder on the Facebook page. It would be nice if that came over TripleJump too. We would definitely take digital art, no question. When I say digital art, I don't just mean stuff that has been drawn digitally. I mean anything that's been scanned in and just uploaded. Like by all means, if anyone's got any kind of art or anything they want to share with us, they should just tweet it straight to either directly to me or Ben, or to my goodness me, what's going on? Or to at Team TripleJump on Twitter. We'd love to receive your art, no question. Yeah, it's just the whole setting up a PO box and potentially ending up with piles upon piles upon piles upon piles of like people's unwanted video game merch and things like that, you know. It was great fun at the time, but that would be the other thing. I kind of wouldn't want it to come back and not be as good. You know, would it be as good without Michael? Would it be as good just generally under a new banner with a slightly different tone? Who's to say? So in any case, Milka, I'm gonna have to sort myself out, I suppose. So this is what yeah. Oh, I see, that's a faster spinning one, that's the difference. Okay. Post Some Tat was very, very humbling. Oh. People send in stuff, and we could see on the shipping labels occasionally how much they paid to send it internationally, and it was like twice the cost of the contents. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's so nice and generous, but also just insane. Yeah, we have a lovely audience. We've always had a really nice community. That's something that we've been proud of from the beginning. You know, going back to what culture, the audience for Worst Games Ever, in its earliest form, was actually quite special because, like, it was weird because, you know, that was a channel that had well, certainly millions of views and also lots of subscribers. I don't know how many I had at the time when we first started, hundreds of thousands. And on the lists that we would put out, it would be rare that you would sort of see a familiar username in the comments, because there's just so many, you know, so many different people, and it's quite a fickle kind of format listing stuff, in that people they'll just click on stuff that they're interested in, which is fine. I mean, yeah, obviously you would, but because they were, although we made them more personality led, I think, than other list sites like Watch Mojo or whatever. But it's still inherently a less personality-driven format than watching someone stream, for example. And because of that slightly less personality-based thing, you don't have an audience or a community kind of built up around it. But suddenly when we started doing Worst Games Ever, like, these, like, same names would keep coming up, and, like, we would start receiving games from people, you know, with, like, letters. We received the shirts that we used to wear, and it was very unexpected, really, that it would, oops, I need to do a charge there, that it would turn out that way. And since then, like, it's just gone from strength to strength. I don't mean Worst Games Ever, I mean, like, just the general state of our community and the way that people engage with us, and it's a really nice thing, really. I don't think we... Oh, jumped off the scenery there. Yeah, we didn't expect it to kind of become as much of a... Kind of feels like a club, you know, just like you know, I'm reluctant to say family, because occasionally you do get, I mean, anyone does, I don't just mean us in particular, but occasionally you'll get like certain fans who try and get a bit too close and personal, and they kind of think that they're your friend because they watch your videos every night, and so kind of in there, from their point of view, even if it's just at a subconscious level, they kind of feel like they hang out with you every evening, which is kind of strange when, you know, people come across very personal and say some interesting things to you on social media. So, you know, maybe I wouldn't say, I mean, I would say family, but in the same way that, you know, you wouldn't say bizarre things to your mum. We're your mums, that's what I'm saying. Me and Ben are your mums. No! Going for the crate, for the gems. We're not your friends? I'm tearing down my shrine when I get home. Yeah, well no, so this is... and I'm not even backtracking here, I'm to be more precise, I think like... I think like, there's a sense of like friendship kind of in so much as like shared interests, people doing nice things for each other, like sending, and I'm not just talking about me and Ben, I'm talking about like fellow fans. Like you see people interacting with each other on Discord, and it is like a nice big group of friends, and that's fine. It's like, but it's when people think that they're not just your friend, but they've known you for a year. That's where it starts to get a bit funny. But you know, that's as is often the case with these things, it's a vocal minority, you know. We made it to a secret warp room by jumping across and doing a special thing. It does mean that I forgot to pick up the gem there, so that's good. Never mind. Let's just go to air crash. I don't really know what the secret warp room actually is, but... Oh, no! Oh, no! Can I go back? Yes. Ooh. But yeah, no, I mean, to go back to the original point, oh, is this worth it? Is this by the time I've got the third life, I'll have lost 3 lives. This is silly. That's a long jump, that. I'm going full whack. Screw that. I'm not doing it. Yeah, but just to go back to what I was saying, like, originally. It's a crazy community we've got. And it's lovely. And it's definitely one of the best parts of the week. Just coming doing these streams. Chatting to people, seeing what people are up to. Seeing the same faces. Yeah, it's a very dysfunctional family, says Carrie. That's probably the best way to put it. You know? Dysfunctional family. We're not best friends, but we We coexist. Yeah, but you should all be proud of what you and me and Ben and Billy and everyone together, what we've all created. And Mikey. I'm assuming there's no boxes back here, right? Yeah, okay. I've ended up bringing us back to an old level, which was kind of pointless, but it means we can now try and go for a gem at least, if that matters. But given that I forgot to pick up a gem on the way to this point, I may as well go for a gem. So yeah. We're not your friends, Peter. Just friendlier than most. Yeah. Oh! There we go. You're watching. No! That's what you're watching. You're watching the TripleJump Crash Bandicoot live stream. It was going to be Beyond Good and Evil. Didn't happen. Tech issues. They will be maybe fixed. Or I will play it on PC from home. Possibly. I don't know. However, that's what you're watching. If you want to follow us on the YouTube, you might be watching it on YouTube right now on the VOD. If you want to follow us on YouTube, we are youtube.com/Team TripleJump. We are also Team TripleJump on Facebook and on Twitter and on Patreon, which is where you can go and support us if you want to financially. Well, there's all kinds of tiers that you can choose from and get special rewards. You end up on the Hall of Fame on our website, which is triplejU.mp. You can go to triplejU.mp for our shop and for our careers page. And, oh dear. And to see your name in lights if you're a patron on the Hall of Fame. And amongst the other tiers, reward tiers, you can get Worst Games Ever early by 2 days. You can receive an actual, physical, real worst game that we have played on a previous episode, signed by Ben and I. Oh, he's still there. All kinds of treats. So it's very nice to have you with us, with me, with us. We're friends. Are we friends? Who's to say? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm waiting for those 2 mines at the end. Mine? Mine? Also, did they upload Worst Games Ever this week? Worst Games Ever is currently fortnightly. You know, it's certainly while we're kind of early days. Yeah, boy, Jim. You know, while Ben and I are doing all the recording and all the editing and everything, you know, we've got 2 lists a week coming out. We've got a podcast every week. We've got and then Worst Games Ever fortnightly. We've got 3 live streams. Worst Games Ever is going to be fortnightly for the foreseeable, if not forever. Just depends. Depends on the old state of the channel, the feedback, the demands. We wondered if when Worst Games Ever went from fortnightly to weekly previously, there almost seemed to be a drop off in the viewing numbers, like not a drop off, but a dip. And we wondered if, like, part of that was that it kind of became less of a treat. You know, when you have I mean, I certainly, in my experience, there's certain YouTube shows, if you like, that some of my favourites are the ones that don't come around as often as others, and it's not to say that, you know, there's a cause and effect there or not, but there might be, and I think sometimes it's nice to have to make a show be a bit more of a treat, and it also just means that it can be better. I genuinely feel like Worst Games Ever is better if it's not being rushed out once a week, in terms of picking a game, recording it with science facts that have to be gathered, editing it together, all the while, you know, trying to put together a list a week each. So yeah, familiarity breeds contempt. I mean, I'd like to think it wasn't contempt, but it's that kind of thing, you know. It's kind of like you appreciate, you know, it's like you don't it always seem to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone. They paid Worst Games Ever and made it a weekly show, and you know, it's not the case that it's gone if it's fortnightly. It's just once a week. It's not there when it was last week. It's that kind of effect. Well, I needed those masks. Good God. Oh no! Too busy with the chat. So we can demand Worst Games Ever weekly? I mean, like, we listen to what we're always open to hearing what people want. It's just, as I say, I mean, we might just it's a complex. All of our decisions regarding content are complex, and it goes beyond any one specific reason. So it's not just about what's popular with the audience. It's not, but you know, that can have a very strong effect. Equally, you know, it might be to do with what's doing the best numbers, which isn't always the same as like what the audience are telling us they want, which is a strange thing. Again, it's just a standard YouTube phenomenon. But again, it's not always about that. So there's all these reasons that anyone running a YouTube channel might take into account when deciding what content to put out, but no one reason is enough, or overrides the others, you know. So we always want to know what our audience want to see, but sometimes it's difficult to justify. Good example actually is you know, the first list that went out on TripleJump was about the hot and sexy video game boys from the past 12 months, where we rated all the most attractive males, and it's, if you allow me to break kayfabe, as they say upstairs, for just a minute, it was obviously written in a silly way, and we're probably not sexually attracted to a car and a Nintendo Labo fishing rod. We might be. I'm not sure. I'm still undecided. But, you know, that was done in a silly style. And we know that, like, in terms of driving engagement, which is when people comment and like, and I think share as well counts as engagement, those seem to drive engagement probably more than a standard list. But for some reason they don't do as many views as a standard list and as many minutes watched. And you have to account for all these things, like you know, someone might say, oh well, you know, you should just do normal straight lists then, like just when I say straight, I'm not referring to the nature of the Valentine's list, but you know, just do straight-laced factual lists. But then maybe you say to yourself, well, the audience enjoy the silly lists more, and you have to just find a balance. Really, that's just how it works. Oh my goodness me, you have to just know where, like, which boxes to tick, And of course, it's all related to like how much any, like which, like how each format is made, and the time and effort required into recording and editing it. So, you know, silly lists probably quite easy to make actually compared to a normal list. What am I doing? I'm standing on his spots, not avoiding his spots. Yeah, the silly lists, especially when we sort of tag team them like that, are probably quicker than a regular list. But then, you know, you have to account for the views and the da-da-da-da. It's all a very complicated procedure. Ooh. That's the end. Just at the end of that bridge, I just can't seem to cross it. So that was actually just an example, but in case someone's wanting a conclusion to that specific instance with the silly lists, if anyone's wanting to know if we're ever going to do any more, I think the idea is to, you know, the standard sort of material that we're going to be making, list material, is going to be regular lists, as you've seen. You know, they go out. They obviously, hopefully, have a humorous feel to them, and they're still entertaining. And we like to be a bit silly in our scripts, but all factual information on the points. But then we will hopefully occasionally do some special kind of seasonal, if you like seasonal silly lists. So the Sexy Boys one was kind of a Valentine's one, and maybe we'll do some more for, I don't know, Easter or other times of the year. Halloween, yeah, we'll probably do a Halloween one. Stuff like that, you know. So you have to take everything into account. You have to compromise sometimes. Can't always do. Oh, okay. That was good. You can't always do what you want to do, or you can't always do what's most enjoyable, you know. I keep kind of debating something that I'd really like to do, and actually something I've been wanting to do at previous ventures as well, is like the review. Oh no! The retro reviews that I've done on like personal outlets and stuff, and you know, it's a format I'd love to just like. I'm not super protective of it in terms of, you know, I'd be happy to share it with TripleJump or anything, or you know, anywhere that I was working, except the style of review that I do. It's a style that a lot of people do for retro games on YouTube. It'll be, you know, there are a whole bunch of YouTube names you can pull up and say that, you know, my stuff is like theirs, or their stuff is like someone else who does it. It's difficult to find patient zero in that respect, but problem with that style is they take such a long time to write, gather all the assets. You have to capture hours of gameplay, and the payoff just isn't always there, so you have to compromise occasionally on your vision. Conky Pong. Really love hearing about the inner workings of a YouTube content creating company. Yeah, I don't know if I'm overdoing it, to be honest. Demica telling me I need to leave the room again. Whew. It's exhausting playing this game on stream with an audience. Talk about The Last Jedi instead. No. No. Why has this become a thing? Why has this happened? I don't want to. We're good. Boom. 22 out of 58. What are all these boxes? Oh! Man, since the podcast, by the way, check out the podcast that we do. We're currently just in video form, but we're working on getting it on audio. We're just waiting on. We've done everything we need to do. Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic is helping us out with it, and he's done everything he needs to do. We're just waiting on whatever service it is that we're using. Oh, hello. Why didn't I break that box? Oh, he did it. That's fine. We're good. Yeah, we've like applied to be on iTunes and Spotify and wherever else, and we're just hanging around. So, but yeah, on the podcast, we were asked what game we would love to see, what movie or TV game adaptation we'd like to see.
Overtime stream reward.
Yeah, we're going a bit longer. It's not even overtime. I'm making up for the fact that I started really late. But I'll probably go until past, so it will be a bit of overtime. Yeah, we were asked what game would we like to see from TV or film, either that's never been done before or that's only ever been done badly. And I talked about the PS1 games of Harry Potter 1 and 2 before they like completely changed the engine and maybe even the developer, I don't remember. So have I missed a crystal? What's happened? Oh, I saw some comments saying about the crystal. Don't forget the crystal this time. And I thought, I don't know, maybe I just took an alternate route and then that's why I missed it. But let's just take the standard route. What did I do? Did I walk past it, or maybe I just went a different route and didn't see it? But yeah, I keep thinking now about the PS1 games that they did for the first 2 Harry Potter films. I just want to play them so much, because I said I'd love to see those done again in that style before they got a bit too kind of... I don't know how you describe them. Oh, here we go. Yeah, it must have just... It's because I took the death route before. Here we go. They were very wholesome. I mean, I guess it's not... You can't really blame it on the developer or the publisher of those games. But, kind of like the films, they were very wholesome to begin with, and like it was like an enchanting adventure. And then they just got a bit more serious as time went on. But then I guess that's just how the Harry Potter series goes. And like, whatever you do, it's gonna be like that. But the Philosopher's Stone was like enchanting as a game. And it was really bad on the PS1, in a sense, or it was really ugly. I shouldn't have come here, should I? I should have just taken that crystal and gone, but we're here now. Yeah, objectively not a pretty game, but really fun. Incredible soundtrack by Jeremy Soule, who does Oblivion, Skyrim, Morrowind, Guild Wars, Dungeon Siege, other games. Don't know what else he's done, but loads. And I think I'd just love to see those kind of with a facelift, just with modern visuals. But as I say, I've been thinking about them a lot since I talked about them. And it's made me kind of just want to go back and play them on PS1. And I do own them, so I probably will. If we can get the goddamn setup working, I could even stream them, but... Lego Harry Potter for next stream series. Ooh, Lego. I've never played Lego Harry Potter. I've played Lego Star Wars. I've played, yeah, we'll skip that, thank you. Played Lego Star Wars. Played a bit of... I played a few minutes of the Jurassic Park one. Tiny Tiger. Yeah, I need the PC versions of Harry Potter 1 and 2 to be available somewhere. Yeah, they were better. They looked better. They played better. But, oops, there was something about the PS1 versions that I hold them very dear. Oh no. Haha! Oh no, I didn't get him. Okay, so this is quite a good mechanic, quite a good, there we go. Oh no, that one went as well, I didn't see that. I thought it was just those two. Yeah, it's a nice little, boss mechanic, if you like. He chases you around, so wherever you go, he will follow you. And so what you want to do is make him step on one of these as it drops. There you go, like that. Simple thing, but quite fun to do. Oh no! We're good. I will lie awake, never got into Harry Potter. Do you know what? I didn't get into Harry Potter until very recently. Well, not seriously anyway. So I played the games, and I read the first 3 books, sort of at the time, generally speaking. I don't know when it was. But, you know, at the same kind of time that people my age were doing that. Early noughties, I guess. Oh, I'm trying to get him. What? But I didn't get beyond the 3rd book or like the 2nd game, and then I kind of lost interest. But I'm also a bit of a snob when it comes to watching movies that are based on books. Like, generally, I will want to read the book first. Or that's a bit of an exaggeration, actually. But certainly in the case of Harry Potter, anyway, I didn't want to see any of the films until I'd read the books. So I watched the first 3 films, and then nothing. Right through the whole hype, like everyone watching trailer after trailer, year after year, when each one is announced. People getting really excited about it all, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like, cool. I didn't like it, and it was just something I just never got around to doing. Like, I didn't have any, you know, I didn't hate it, I didn't like dislike the idea of it. I just didn't do it. And then I thought it was the last straw in the past year or so. I was like, it's all these like, they're such a pop culture reference because it's the kind of thing that like people expect other people to have seen or read. Therefore, it's in people's lexicon, you know. And so I kind of thought I have to do this, and I want to anyway. So I bought all the books. I read them all. Used to read them on the train up and down to Bristol, actually. And then I watched each film, and I've got the last film still to watch, actually. And good stuff. I've enjoyed it. It's a shame that obviously by the time I was reading them and watching them, I knew a lot of the spoilers just because they're unavoidable, aren't they? Like, I know what Snape does to whom, and all the people who die in the last book. Like, I knew all of that, but still enjoyed it because one thing I didn't really know is like exactly what the deal with Snape was, like why he was being such a dick. I don't know why I did that. That was just stupid. I knew that it was like something about like he loved Lily and therefore hated James, but I didn't really understand why that would make you be so horrible to Harry. And also, I was genuinely like flummoxed a little bit by like to what extent he was a double or a triple agent, Like, I couldn't predict it really. I didn't really know exactly how good or bad he was, or what his motives were. So that was something that I was able to enjoy in terms of like a few revelations that were new to me. But people explaining it to me in chat now. Yeah, no, I've read it now, and I've seen them all, except the very last one, which I've just been waiting to find the time. But yeah, no, I understand what he was doing and why he did it. But yeah. Stop mucking about. Let's just get Tiny. Let's sort him out. Matt Fox, are you okay? Why'd you keep putting Hercree? Hercree Pokra and the Ficossaurus Roan. That's the thing about Tiny. He'll go wherever you've been, even if there's no longer a platform there. Like, you don't have to just make him... See, he'll jump there now. I was trying to be too, like, clever and thinking that you had to make him jump on one as it was falling, but you don't. He jumps into a hole. So, it's simple. Oh, Sprout Stuff wanted me to keep dying so Tiny could stay forever. He can't bring himself to defeat a fellow Tiny. Fantastic. I also resented Harry Potter a bit because people would say I look like him just because I wear glasses and have brown hair. In high school, it was the same thing with McLovin from Superbad. The only Potter I care about is Ben. And then a dab emoji. Wonderful. Not emoji. What do you call them? Emote. An emote. Okay, well, we'll play one more level. And then we'll call it there. But if you subscribe to TripleJump on Twitch, then you can get emotes all for yourself. You also get these little Billy Ray bronze medals, which, depending on how long you subscribe for, will become silver and gold and then eventually diamond. If you're like a real pro long time sub. Let me just double check the donations, make sure that I've said hello to everyone. Yeah, Conky Pong, overtime stream reward. Yeah, thank you everyone for your subscriptions and donations and things, and your bits. Oops. Thank you, the perfect 001 for subbing. Very kind of you. You're all keeping us going. Keeping us sane. It means that even if you can't send me Milka because we don't have a PO box and we're not friends, as we've discussed at length, it means that you can rest assured that I am buying Milka with that money. I'm probably not, don't worry. I'm probably, we're probably investing in capture equipment that, that a competent person would be able to set up and stream Beyond Good and Evil with, but not me. Don't know why I thought I could squeeze past that. What? Oh, sorry, my depth was really off there. I thought that was like, thought I'd already passed it. Okay, let's wait. There we go. Thank you everyone for coming to... Hello? Oh. Coming right at me. Thank you everyone for coming to this stream. It's been reet lovely, hasn't it? I've had a great time. And I'm glad that we got to play Crash 2 for those people who wanted it, because I know there was some demand for it. And I am going to try and get Beyond Good and Evil working. But if it doesn't work, we'll be playing Crash again next... Well, we might not, but we, you know... It makes sense to carry on with Crash 2 next week and get it done, so... Oh! That was scary! Oh, oh God. Peter, I'm not sure if it's any good, but isn't there a PC port of Beyond Good and Evil on Uplay? Just saying, because it might be easy to capture. Yeah. Simon, thank you for your $1 donation. That's very kind. Some people wouldn't bother, because someone messaged me the other day and said... They DM'd me and said that they were thinking of donating $1 because that's all they could afford. Oops. And they were like, but I don't want to look... They said I don't want to look stingy or something. And I said, like, no, what... Like, I mean, you know, I'm not demanding that you do give us that $1, but what I'm saying is... Don't feel like that. Like, it's all gratefully received. And, you know, even if you're just looking for a bit of a shout out, like, let's be honest, that's sometimes what people donate to these things for, and that's fine. And if you want your name to flash up the price of $1, that works for us. So thank you, Simon. Says we're not his friends, then demands dollars. Yeah, that's me. Well, it's from family, right? That's the thing. Demand money from your family on your birthday. What was I talking about before then? Oh yes. So I know. Yeah, there is a version on. Oh, every time. Thank you, Catherine Expat, for your subscription. Very kind. Very kind. This is scary. Yeah, there is a version on... I don't know if there's a version on Uplay. I believe there probably is if you say there is. But certainly there's a... I've got the Steam version already. Like, I own that. 3, 4, 5. And, that might be what I do. I might end up... my commentary just goes completely out the window when these are here. I might stream it from PC. We were talking about this earlier on in the stream. The only issue is that, like, the room in which we can stream... This is basically the best and probably only room we can do a decent stream from. Partly because it's got a separate internet. It's got its own internet service down here, which means it's not going to clash with the people who are working in the office upstairs. Like Cultaholic and Ben uploading videos and whatever. Yeah! But there's not really like a setup here for like sitting with a mouse and keyboard and playing a PC game and streaming it. So what I might do, I'm going to fiddle around with this again sometime, maybe tomorrow or at some point. See if we can get it working properly. It's very close. I had it running and I've actually captured a little bit of it. But it just wasn't quite right. Like, it was all stretched and weird, and then I was trying to have it not be stretched, and then OBS crashed and it reset a load of stuff. So, you know, that's a bit weird. Adam Cheeseman Pachiti donated $2. Oh, I see the cheese. I forgot about the cheese. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, if I can't get it working on the standard sofa controller setup, then I'll probably stream it from home on PC. So I'll probably move my 3 p.m. stream to like the evening of a Monday. So I'll go home and do 2 hours of Beyond Good and Evil on PC on my home tower. But we'll see how it goes. In any case, thank you everybody very much for being with me through this Beyond Good and Evil Crash Bandicoot 2 stream. It's been quite an experience. I feel very tired and a bit warped, a bit crash warped, but we're good. Just play someone else's stream and talk over it like you're playing. That's a good idea. So thanks for all being here. You've had fun. It says. Glad you caught the last hour. Oh, Coco's phone's ringing. That's weird. I wonder what music it plays. That's probably an Easter egg. I bet it plays some kind of funny music. So glad you're all here, and you're all saying nice things. And I always take too long wrapping up because I like to see the chat at the end of stream. People saying lovely things to me. I'm that full of myself. But I'm going to end it. So thank you everyone. And Ben's streaming tomorrow, 3 p.m. We're streaming together on Thursday, 3 p.m. And we will see you then, or another time. Team TripleJump on all social medias. Goodbye. She's taking selfies now. Stop it. Stop it. I'm ending the stream. Stop it.